What's going on, everyone? It is me, the Lone Vault Wanderer, and just the other night, on the long weekend, it was a Monday, I had finished Metro Last Light. This was a game that was developed by 4A Games. I was about to say 2K Games for a second, and it's one that many Fallout fans do love because it's post-apocalyptic. It's a very similar theme and vibe to Fallout and games of that ilk, such as Stalker, etc. And I finished the game, and I thought today, hey, I'm going to do a little bit of research on when could we see the next Metro game, presumably Metro 3. And I know a while back, and Maddie covered this as well, it was announced on the 4A Games Facebook account that they are working on 2 different projects, and this is what they said. What are you doing or working on? Well, today I have the honor, nay the privilege, to tell you nothing at all about either of the 2 exciting projects that we have underway. Sorry for the troll. So they didn't really give us much to go off of back in July 15. However, more and more interesting stuff has come across their Facebook, and if you are fans of the Metro series or are Fallout fans, I highly do recommend that you go check their Facebook out because they have a lot of secrets that no gaming news outlets have seemingly picked up on anyways, and I want to talk about some of them now. So first of all, let's take a look at this 360 picture that they posted on their Facebook account on September 2nd. Their developer studio is in Malta, by the way. I think that's really cool. And if you swivel the picture around, I love how sneaky they're being here. There's a TV monitor on the screen that's seemingly a countdown. Now apparently, that countdown is counting down towards the Oculus VR Connect event that's taking place literally in San Jose, California from October 5th to October 7th. And this is why I'm saying it's quite serendipitous, because it seems like, literally just as I finished Metro Last Light, they could be gearing for some sort of announcement at this VR event, presumably for a VR game. But the information does not stop there. They've been releasing a ton of these images, and I'll put them on the screen right now so you can have a look for yourself, that very much look like some sort of sci-fi, some sort of futuristic video game, very different to what Metro was. I mean, Metro, while it is set in the year 2033, so of course in the future compared to our time, which is 2016, it's set in a post-apocalyptic Moscow, and the game is certainly not anything near futuristic or sci-fi, yet it seems that these pictures that you're seeing are exactly that. They look very similar to Crysis, if you've ever played that game, or even System Shock, or even Deus Ex, or maybe Dead Space. A very sciencey, futuristic vibe to it. So at this stage, what we can try and gather is that, alright, they're working on some sort of sci-fi game that's going to be VR, and that's going to be announced at this Oculus Connect 3 event that's taking place starting tomorrow, in fact. So I think it's a perfect time for me to be uploading this video. But what's interesting about this all is that not only are they very, very likely working on a Metro 3 or another addition to the Metro franchise, it's probably not going to be called Metro 3, that extends the story of the game, because try not to spoil it here, but at the end of Last Light, there is a good ending which certainly can continue the story. I won't go any more into detail than that, so you can play the game yourself. But this futuristic VR sci-fi game could also be a Metro game too, and I'm not bullshitting you here. So the 4A Games Twitter account has been just teasing like crazy over the past couple of months. I've been reading some of these comments, and it's quite funny to read. And so many people have been commenting, we want a Metro 3, why are you working on 2 projects, we just want you to release Metro 3 or the next Metro game. But then they responded to this comment that asked, I know, but why not 2 Metros? And 4A Games responded with, who said we are working on 1 Metro? And again, they said they're working on 2 projects. This implies, and it could very well be a tease, it could very well be a red herring, and they're just trying to fool us intentionally, but I'm willing to accept that there's some truth underlying this, and I'm willing to accept that they're working on 2 Metro games. One that's set in post-apocalyptic Moscow, very similar to Metro 2033 and very similar to Last Light, and continues the storyline in those previous 2 games. But then also a brand new Metro game that's completely standalone, that's VR focused, that's a completely different theme and setting to the other Metro games in being sci-fi and futuristic. And that could be announced in the next couple of days. I think anyone that enjoyed the Metro series should be excited about that. I mean, having a studio that, yes, created 2 of these great games that are very modern day military feel, moving on to something that's quite different, very similar to Crysis, very similar to Dead Space, Deus Ex, etc. Whatever games you want to draw comparisons to, I think that's really exciting, and the fact that it could also be a Metro game, I think opens up a realm of possibilities. I mean, maybe this game focuses on the dark ones because they are kind of alien-like, and it would suit the setting of a sci-fi game. Who knows, but this is something that I'm really excited for, and I want to be keeping a close eye on any of the news that comes out of Oculus Connect 3. And what I'm assuming is kind of like Batman VR, this could be a smaller standalone game that's more focused towards VR and to try and show off the tech of VR and to, I guess, get 4A Games to dip its toe into the pools of VR, maybe experiment a little bit, maybe they go a little bit further. I don't know whether it's going to be a huge, long AAA game, and maybe they're just creating something a little bit smaller that uses VR and is more standalone. But then they're still working on the traditional Metro game, and I'll call it Metro 3 for simplicity's sake, but Metro Last Light was released in May of 2013. It's been 3 years now, over 3 years since then. I mean, maybe at E3 of next year we actually get some news about this Metro. We might even get it this weekend, who knows? But I think this is exciting times, and I encourage all of you to actually go to 4A Games' Facebook account and also Twitter account to see what other teasers they've been talking about, because again, they've been commenting and responding to other people's comments and teasing things here and there, so maybe there's something I've missed. But to sum up at this point, we potentially have a sci-fi futuristic Metro game that seems to be solely VR that might be announced at this Oculus Connect event over the next couple of days, and that's probably a standalone smaller title in my opinion anyways. But then they're working on a second project, which is a traditional Metro game, and again, me speculating here, is probably connected story-wise to the original Metro games, because the actual good ending to Metro Last Light leaves that door open. I'm not going to talk about it, but if you play it and you finish it, you'll see exactly what I mean, although it's a bit tough to get the good endings. I'm not going to say more than that. If you are a Metro fan, let me know what you think about this. I think it's really exciting to see a developer that branches out and do different things, and heck, Bethesda Game Studios might be doing the same thing with Starfield, so maybe I'll make a video on that soon as well. Anyways, Waysanders, that's all from me. This has been The Lone Vault Wanderer. Please take care of yourself, and would you kindly keep fighting the good fight.